for all the parents out there, a lot of my friends, including myself, when we were younger, we did think about suicide and we were inside the Jamaat in Tmoa. A lot of us talked about suicide. Some of us self-harmed. Some of us actually attempted, and we're talking about 12, 13, 14 years old. What else? There were individuals who confided, and we all sat down and talked and stuff. This was our release. Individuals confided that if their fathers had to choose between Mubarak Jelani and themselves, choose Mubarak or Jelani over them every single time. So this impacted a lot of people's mentals. That's why in every generation, listen to me, everyone who's watching, every generation, if you look back at the history, starting in the 90s and possibly the early 2000s. I know for a fact the early 2000s, every single generation has been gone to drugs. A lot of them are gone to jail. A lot of them do not practice. And you see that in every single generation. My generation. And if you look at a lot of these young men and women inside of Tmoa currently, they all do drugs. A lot of them do drugs. And I'm sorry to shock y'all, whatever it is, a lot of your children in Tmoa do drugs. They are no different from the people outside of Tmoa who are doing drugs. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the only difference between the non-Muslims and the Muslims is your prayer. Meaning that since Allah created us in different nations and colors, He didn't create us as different species. What that human has inside of them that makes them a human being, the same thing that you have inside yourself. So no matter what, you're going to be experiencing a general thing that every human being is tested with. So there's no difference. So in terms of thoughts of suicide outside of Tmoa, it continued from my thoughts of suicide inside Tmoa. That's why I was saying that in college, I tried my absolute best to stay away from everything that I felt would veer me off the path. And sitting in that church, and I'm listening to these people talk and this all type of stuff. I'm just like, this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. And I had to go through a whole process. There are still people I know who are inside Tmoa who are still going through these problems. They have children, and their children are going to have these problems if they don't correct these things. So